So while I was editing the I used to be a YouTuber video, I had to dig through a lot of hard drives to find a lot of videos to try and tell that story. And through that search, I found a couple of hidden gems of videos that I produced for Kingdom of Iron. Ones that kind of maybe slipped through the radar, the ones that didn't really hit 1 million views or a couple like tens or hundreds of thousands. There's a couple that I really like and or dislike because of how old it was and kind of the cringiness of looking back on edits you've made 7 years ago now. So I thought it'd be fun just to kind of talk through it, give a bit more context, talk about things that I like, things that I don't like, how I've grown from it, all that kind of stuff. So for this one, first video we're gonna look at is the Opening the Gym series, week 5. Here we go.
What's that noise? Yeah, what is that?
It's my car so low, we have so many people in the car that it's bottoming out.
Is it really?
Yeah. We got Ryan and Rob here today, and they came and dropped off a special gift for Kingdom of Iron. And I don't want to ruin the surprise yet. We're on the way to Amp Nutrition, the local nutrition shop in town, and we've been doing business with him for a long time now, and we're really excited. That's better.
That is better, but once I let go, this is gonna go back. So
Okay, let's take it.
This just needs to be tighter.
Yeah.
Do you have a... During this time, I was working at a creative agency downtown, and they had a lot of connections for different type of creative outlets to help with the creative agency. And one of them was a printing shop. So we thought it would be a good idea to try and design and produce some banners like that for Amp Nutrition, because we thought it would be a great like demographic to reach and to say, hey, there's like a new gym opening up in town. What's a good place to promote that? And obviously a nutrition shop would be one of them. And because Luke and Ryan were really close, he was definitely willing to put it up there. So the team at Human Contact and with me, yeah, we designed this, they printed it out, and then, yeah, we brought it up that weekend.
I made these for Luke's shop 2.5 years ago. And he's been supporting our business ever since we've been in a garage. So Luke's the type of person you want on your team. And now he's allowing us, since we moved up in the world, he's allowing us to put our banner in here. And Luke, being the kind of guy he is, he put it right at the front of the shop. That looks great. We worked really hard for this.
And how long have you been in that location for?
Here? We're coming on to a month.
You're sitting in nice seats. This is completely gutted. You're sitting on a bench.
This is Rob. He was my roommate at the time, one of my best friends in the world. Yeah, I told him he should come by one weekend just to see what it's all about. Because again, this is every weekend I would do this. I would work my full-time job Monday to Friday. If there was something happening during the week that was very important, like things in week 6 and week 7, like new turf coming in, or like we're actually moving pieces of equipment and like big things that would be important to capture, I would take vacation days. But other than that, every weekend I would come up and just see where we're at, see what we can record to try and put more content in an episode to put out. So Rob kind of came out to help me do some behind the scenes. Shout out to him for coming out and helping. What you're about to see right now is just like a fun little like 15-30 second montage. Whenever I'd edit these vlog stuff, I would always like try and build a library of songs that I really like. And then after I record things, I would just kind of marinate things on my head of like, oh, these shots feel like they could be edited really cool to this kind of song. So it's such a simple thing that we're doing. This gym already has a bunch of mirrors in it, but there was one that kind of broke and needed to be replaced. So it's like, yeah, not a big deal. But it was fun to create a little like montage thing out of such a simple thing. And there's a lot of shots, very specific shots in here that like I love. It's a nice shot. All the really close-ups I like. Little time lapse here. That focus pull, I love that shot. You can see the detail. Let's go back 5 seconds here. You can see the detail of like that glass shivering off and just hitting that like slight focus pull at like a 200mm lens. I just like, for some reason, I really just like that shot because like it was just so subtle, just a little move. But again, love that shot. Nice little fisheye angle. See a little behind the scenes too.
Got a lot done. We had the sign guy come. We have Rick here finishing off the washroom in our office. We had the mirror guys just finish off that cracked mirror there.
That's what I look like in 2017. Need a haircut. So yeah, we're just installing toilets, painting new offices, building IKEA furniture. And this is all the stuff they would do throughout the week when I wasn't there.
We got another 375 bucks taken off, so you know what, the more money we save, the better. That's a lot of money we save.
Yeah. Why did you do that?
Because the sign, it didn't need to get a new face on it, and you know what, I appreciate his honesty, because he didn't have to tell me that.
Another good thing I love about when you can just set up a camera, let it roll the whole time. You can catch those moments of just Ryan and Madison just being real and being in the moment and talking about business and talking about the true process of going through starting a business, and especially a business of this scale. So Ryan was just talking about like the sincerity of like, wow, he didn't really have to do that because I wouldn't have known different. I have a million other things going on in my mind. So it just, the process of like getting into business of this scale, realizing like working with different people you haven't met, and just the trust you can gain like that is, it just felt kind of powerful. Just like a real moment like that, just them talking of like keeping each other up to date of what's going on in the business, all that kind of stuff.
We have Truspective come, and he brought a nice sticker for us. And it's our motto, it's something we live by. Everyone on our team, our family lives by. It's building your kingdom. And you know what? We're having this right in the middle of our gym because we truly believe it. And you know what? Just seeing this go up, it makes my heart warm. And you know, I can't stop smiling because this is something that's actually happening. We're building our kingdom.
So clean.
And you know what the thing is right when you walk in, it's gonna have like a great piece of equipment here, and it's like an alleyway, right? It's like, oh,
What was it? What was it gonna be like?
One more time?
Louder? I can't hear.
This is a very specific example, but later down the line, once the gym was actually like put into place, we utilized this content and remixed it into future things. I'll kind of play that video that I made, like that meme right now, just so you can see.
just looking at that sticker looks so good. Right when you walk in, it's gonna have like a great piece of equipment here, and it's like an alleyway, right? It's like, oh,
What was it? What was it gonna be like?
One more time?
Louder? I can't hear.
And this comes back to, if you're a business, there's more to making a video than just the present moment. Years down the line, you've already now started at least building a video library where now who knows how you can reutilize that footage into a future type of campaign. And starting that process as a business could be very beneficial, and just growing your content library and having a good editor and a good mindset into how we can keep on incorporating that into future pieces of content is very, very beneficial.
no, you wanna do it, you wanna do something funny? Like I roll with the skyjack. We have a big week planned ahead of us and a lot to do. We have mats going in, turf coming in, all the equipment from our garage, all the plates, weights, barbells, everything.
Now, again, this was 7 years ago, and I guess this is like, there's lots of things in here that I guess I could have been like, oh, like I could have done this better, but this was definitely one of them. Let me go back a couple frames here. So all this was just like a simple screen overlay, but I felt it would, like I was kind of lazy with it, because as you can see, the wall that the sticker Build Your Kingdom is on and the shape of that, I should have tried to mask out this background screen overlay so it fits more naturally on that wall versus my full 16:9 framing. Now, something probably very picky, I think it still looks okay, but something now, just looking back on it right now, I'm just like, oh, I guess I could have like put a bit more time into that to feel better about what I was trying to go for here.
So we've made good headway, but this is only the beginning.
So there you have it. This is the opening of the gym, week 5. Nothing too exciting. I just wanted to start this one off with more of a low-key one, kind of talk through a bit more context of things, talk about things that I like, things that I didn't. But yeah, week 5. Okay, so for this next one I want to talk about another kind of low-key one, just kind of in the thick of things. The gym's now been open probably for like 4 or 5 months maybe. And it was more of just like a day in the life type of vlog. A key thing to note here is that this is also during the time when I first purchased my Sony a7 III when it first came out. But I didn't go to any Sony glass. So I had the Sony a7 III, a Metabones, and the 24-105 f4, and I could not figure out S-Log for the life of me during this. Also to note, I think at this time I was probably like 23 or 24. Didn't know as much as I know now type of thing. This will probably be one of those edits where I'm probably gonna tear it a bit more apart. I think there's still aspects of this that I do like, but the overall, every time I use that Sony with the Metabones and Canon 24-105 f4, the colors, I just could not figure out how to color that for the life of me. But let's just dive in. Nice little drone shot to start it off. Terrible, terrible graphic overlay of whatever I said. What was that, July 13th? 6 a.m. Just a classic, that looks like Aqua Grotesque font, white, and just put an overlay screen on it, right in the middle of the frame, blocking everything. So I didn't want to be that intrusive of just like going in with my camera and just like trying to get all cinematic with it when they're just there just trying to do a workout. So I brought my computer, set it up off to the side. This is just a GoPro, put it as a time lapse, just to showcase the flow of what a day would be like. The day prior, we worked on a skit that I'm sure you'll see more in this edit. So yeah, just while that work was going on, I was at my computer off to the side, finishing up the skit edit. There's Luke Bernardi coming in for his 6 a.m. workout, or 7 a.m. Ryan's doing some personal training. That speed ramp, oh, that was very messy, eh? Let's kind of go back to that speed ramp here. Can you see it? Yeah, you can. I cut and then just like, I should have done motion blur. I should have like nest it and warp stabilizer, anything. This should not have gone out the way that it did, but this is me just being picky on myself. Good form on that deadlift.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so I just got off the phone with the UPS driver, lady, person behind the desk, whatever. She's coming, or they're coming with a piece of equipment, fantastic piece that's coming today.
So this is the a7 III with my 24-105 Metabones. So Sony and Canon, no ND filters. I put it on the gimbal. It's pretty much overexposed. I did a lot of work in post-production and coloring just to like bring that down. Don't hate these colors, but definitely don't love them right now. Swoosh band.
Hey Chris, don't look. It's a surprise.
How do you not?
So believe it or not, I would do more than just film and just make videos. I do remember this day, and I remember building this with Ryan, and kudos to whatever brand this was, because I also remember this being pretty easy to build, like especially with like how complex this piece looks. I do remember being in the moment of that day of like everything just flowing, being like, oh yeah, this piece goes here, this screws in there, perfect. Nothing was confusing. Shout out to whatever company did this, made this product, because it was very easy to build. fun little moment between him. It was fun just to put in. And again, it's just important to note that like I've known him since grade 3. We've been best friends.
This machine is a glute ham raise, but it's kind of cool. It's by a company called Sornex, and it's called the Frankenhyper. Dope name. And I'm gonna show you in about 10 minutes, but in movie time, 5 seconds, how this actually works. So let's get it done.
So I don't mind that, right? A nice little 15-second bumper. Looking back at it now, 7 years later, it's nice. Like, it's nice to look at that being like, wow, I actually did put in some time into like doing something with that. All those quick little black frame cuts, or just like frame jump cuts, just to like go with the beat, just to like make it feel natural with that song. That was nice. I kind of like the vibe of like what that 15 seconds was. Something that wasn't cringe that you can look back on and be like, oh yeah, okay, like I kind of cooked there for a sec.
What did you roll out? Hips? Did you roll out your glutes? Let me know when.
When?
Okay, that is the cue to go. This is towards the end of the day. We're training some of the homies, some of the amazing clients like Dom. We shot 2 videos and we...
Again, another example of like just the colors. And looking back now, all it seems like I needed was just like crush some blacks, because like the colors themselves are okay. But I'm glad I got rid of that camera, because sure, it's an amazing camera, and if I had Sony Glass, I'm sure I probably could have figured it out. But it does go to show that like, you gotta just go with what works for you. And I think because of this is why I kind of switched back to Canon and went back to the Canon Cinema line of like the C100s and now a 200. And it just kind of fits more my style and my speed. And I just like, I understand that camera, especially for running gun stuff where it's like you need to quickly change like an ND filter or ISO or whatever, like audio settings, frame rates, whatever. It's the more in tune you are with your camera, especially in running gun stuff or vlog stuff, the more and better shots you'll get. So it's just a learning experience, right? Like I look back at this now being like, this looks gross, but it was because I was 23, 24, didn't know as much as I know now. And just realized that like I tried out that camera, didn't really fit me and like my needs and like how I work. So we got rid of it and we moved on from it.
Videos, and we uploaded one. We just uploaded Expectation versus Reality. Now it's on towards the nighttime rush. Ryan, go capture the vibes.
I do like these shots. I think again, these are still, the colors are a bit better here. This is still my A7 III Metabones 24-105 Canon f4 on the gimbal, which was a pretty heavy set. Like the 24-105 was kind of beefy. Actually, I still have it here. So this guy and Metabones, and there's no kind of plate to put on the lens, just like how you would with the 70-200 Canon. To kind of like balance it out on a gimbal. So I was very top heavy on this gimbal. Again, probably could have utilized warp stabilizer a bit more on shots that I was doing a lot of gimbal moves. And it's just nice to end off on a GoPro, just showing the true essence of what that night is. And again, for this day, with it being more of a vlog style thing, day in the life, it was all just about documenting. And the best way to document is just to like keep everything real, is to not really stage anything. Just let everybody be, and especially in a situation like this when you're at a gym. If you're that person walking into the gym, the last thing that you need is someone like me trying to disrupt your flow of what you're trying to do. So I would always make it a priority of just kind of being out of people's way, still try and do what I need to do in terms of like producing something of entertainment and something that I can be proud about during the time. Again, this one didn't get like 100,000 views or 1 million views like our skits and or other videos did, but it was nice to kind of look back at this think about my days where I had that Sony a7 III and didn't like it. Maybe I'll do more of these in the future as I come upon more edits that I feel could be cool to talk about. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. If you haven't yet, go watch my I used to be a YouTuber video that gives a great summary overview of that era of my life, and would be a good base point as I might continue to dive deeper into some of these edits and just where we were during that time and where my mindset was in terms of shooting and editing, things that I don't like, things that I thought were okay, even looking back on 7 years ago. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you could subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I'm gonna keep on keeping on, and I hope you do the same. Take care.